Hey, what is up guys, Woo here back with a brand new video. Now today we are going to be trying a new series on the channel. We're going to be talking about characters' power progression throughout the series at the current point in time that I am at when I am recording this video. So for the first episode, we are going to be covering Izuku Midoriya, the main character of My Hero Academia, obviously, and we're going up to chapter 272. So this is from chapters 1 through 272 about Deku's power progression throughout the series. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. Now we're going to ignore pretty much a lot of the early stuff for Deku because he's quirkless, so he's basically just your generic kind of like child, I guess. But once he's given one for all, obviously we get introduced to his first kind of like hero form, which is going to be Costume Alpha, which is the costume he used when he fought against Bakugo during the 7th, 8th episode, I believe, of the anime. So this costume is very bare bones, very basic. His mom made it for him, doesn't have a lot. But at this point in time, he was able to use one for all at 100% or 0%. He had to either use all of it at once or none of it at all. And he also learned how to control it to where rather than just blowing his entire arm, for example, he would only use a finger and stuff like that we would later see in the USJ rescue training kind of event. Now the next kind of power progression happens in season 2 of the anime. This is going to be basically when Deku gets Costume Beta. So basically after Costume Alpha was destroyed, Costume Beta kind of came into the picture. This kind of is a little more durable than Costume Alpha since it's made by more professional people who can kind of develop costumes. And basically the whole point of this point in Deku's life, he's able to use this technique called One for All Full Cowling, and I'm pretty sure you guys know what that is. It allows him to use One for All at a certain percentage throughout his entire body. So instead of using it only in one part of his body, he can now use it throughout his entire body. Also, if you guys don't know, he also got a gauntlet in My Hero Academia 2 Heroes, which was called Full Gauntlet. It was a gauntlet made by Malicious Shield to where Deku could use One for All at 100% 3 times without it breaking his bones, and hopefully I am showing a cool clip of that right now. Okay, so after the muscular fight in season 3, Midoriya, Deku, whatever you want to call him, basically realizes that he needs to stop relying on his arms as much, and at the same time wants to protect his arms. So basically he invents, well, he didn't make the costume, but he came up with the idea of the concept of Costume Gamma, which is the upgraded version of Costume Beta, which was a upgraded version of Costume Alpha. You get what I'm saying? So this is his third superhero outfit, basically. He has iron soles at the bottom of his feet, which were created by Mei Hatsume, along with some bigger arm braces. So if he does need to use his arms, it will hurt a lot less if he accidentally goes a little bit overboard. So he has the iron soles for whenever he's fighting, because he changes his fighting style at this point to develop the technique One for All Full Cowling shoot style, and this relies on his feet a lot more, so he added the iron soles to make his kicks a little more powerful, and the arm braces obviously for when he punches. He still uses about the same amount of strength and less strain on his arms. So when he's fighting Bakugo, he actually uses One for All at 8% and he doesn't break any bones, and he can basically use One for All at 8% at this point in the series without any risks to his body. However, he still refrains from going above the safe 5% up until later on in the series. So with this fight with Chisaki, aka Overhaul, aka Kai Chisaki, whatever you want to call him, Deku basically uses One for All at 20% in a mini spurt. So he can use 20% without breaking his bones, but he mentions that it is very painful and he feels like if he goes on for too long, he will break a bone. So he kind of uses this for a short amount of time, kind of like a burst, just in case he needs to go all out or try to hurt the opponent a lot more. He uses this with shoot style to create techniques like the Manchester Smash, St. Louis Smash, and all that kind of stuff. So after the Overhaul fight, he's basically training outside with All Might, and one day they kind of discuss about how Deku can kind of improve himself, and basically he figures out that he can mix Full Cowling and earlier concepts that he thought of One for All. So he uses One for All Full Cowling at 5%, mixing it with about 20% of One for All, maybe through his fingers, and is able to do little spurts of like Delaware smashes that won't fly everywhere and don't hurt his fingers as much, basically. So instead of using it throughout his entire body, he kind of mixes both of the full Cowling technique and his previous experience of One For All, being able to use it all or nothing in one part of his body, mixes the two, creating this progression of his powers. And then obviously he talks to Mei Hatsume and develops the Air Force gloves, which basically kind of help him aim a little better, let the projectiles fly in a better direction, and he's able to use pressurized air as more of an offensive technique even further. Now on to heavy spoilers for My Hero Academia Season 5, because I'm recording this before Season 5 even is like done with its production, so obviously I don't want to spoil anything for people who might not have seen the anime yet, so this is your time to leave now. Basically in Chapter 210 of My Hero Academia, Deku gets the ability to use a new quirk. This quirk is called Black Whip. This is a huge power progression for Deku, obviously, and basically he can kind of use it to maneuver in the air or catch things and move things and do all that kind of stuff. We actually saw in the newest chapter him using Black Whip to carry a bus, which was pretty cool. We also find out that Deku has this weird connection to the quirk One For All, where he can see past previous users, and he actually has the ability to use their previous quirks as well, giving Deku 6 additional quirks. Now, at the time of this recording, we actually don't know all of the quirks, but we only know technically 4, I guess, which is the ability to pass down quirks, like the quirk itself, One For All, the stockpiling quirk, which is what he's been using with full Cowling and stuff, Black Whip, and the Nanashimura quirk herself, which was Float. So we know those quirks so far. There's obviously more quirks that we're going to find out through the progression of the series, but those are all the quirks we know at this point in time. Also, in Chapter 272 and 273, Deku had progressed his abilities with One For All to the point where he can actually use 45% as a temporary spurt, rather than 20% like he had to in the overhaul fight. So he increases connection with One For All, making his St. Louis smash, his Delaware smashes, all that stuff a lot stronger, because now he can use 45% in a short temporary burst, when before it was 20. And that's going to be it for this video, guys. I know I sound very tired, and I'm really sorry for that. I wanted to get this video out because I wanted a video out this week, and I've been kind of wanting to try this series on the channel. So if you guys have any characters you want me to do character progressions on in the series of My Hero Academia, let me know down in the comment section below, and I will get to that. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, and peace out. Bye bye.